Good morning and happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, powerful, divine, feminine goddesses, high priestesses, all of that, you know, because we are, we're not just one, we're many, we've been many, we are many. So happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have a lovely day. I don't know if any of you out there are feeling this energy recently, but it's pretty intense. And, you know, it could be causing anxiety and dizziness, nausea, extreme fatigue, fluctuations of body temperatures, going really hot. My body's been going like an inferno, and also going cold. So the energy is pretty intense at the minute. So if you're feeling any of those symptoms, could be the energy. I'm not a doctor, so obviously I don't diagnose, but I'm an energy healer, understand energy. Ascension symptoms that we're all going through. Oh, excuse me. See, extreme exhaustion. I've just woke up and I want to go back to bed. So do you feel like that? Like you're not getting enough, or you can't sleep? I've been getting to sleep about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm not on camera today, because I look an actual sight. I've not got ready yet neither. So 3 o'clock in the morning. Been getting to bed, and then obviously waking up a little bit later, you know, but I used to get to bed about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I'd be up at 6 o'clock on my yoga mat. So I need to get back to that routine, you know, because routine is so important for us, especially when we're on the spiritual awakening path. Routine is a must, especially when you have to keep cleansing and purging energy. You know, it's a constant loop of cleansing, purging, detoxing. Routine is so important. So I'm going to get back to it. I'm making a promise to myself today that I am going to get back into my routine. But enough of that. I was just on my yoga mat 5 minutes ago. I couldn't concentrate. And I know why. Because I've got to come online and there's a message from the Lemurians. Lemurian elders are coming through. I've been getting messages the last day or two. They want to speak to us. So, let's see what they have to say. Yeah, you know, Mother's Day. Yeah, it's been turned into, you know, like presents, cards, all of that. And yeah, you know, that's all nice and lovely. And it, you know, and gives what us humans show people, you know, how we care and love and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot more than that. You know, it's what we do all year round for our children, our partners, friends. You know, the woman, the nurturing in us. Celebrate women, I think, and it's to celebrate the divine feminine energy, that nurturing, loving, unconditional love, you know, because what we do daily for others, it's unconditional. We don't put conditions on it. We don't say, I'm going to wash your laundry if you wash mine. I'm going to clean this house 10,000 times a day. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration there. If you I'm going to take this card, home. Yeah, home. Home is where the heart is. You know, you see this Lemurian? elder. She's inside the heart. Yeah, everything we do as a mother comes from the heart. You know, we don't put conditions on our love. You know, I don't say to my son, I'm going to wash you, yeah, you dirty laundry today, but you wash mine. That's putting conditions on love. And, you know, mothers, we don't do that. Mothers are the nurturing, soft, powerful energy, you know. Yeah, home is where the heart is. These cards, they've got activations in them of remembrance. That's why I always hold them up. You know, she's pointing to her heart. And, you know, everything I do, I lead from my heart. It's the only way, you know, in a world that's so numbed down. I lead from the heart, and I posted a post, I reposted the post that had been posted that I found online, because it just really, really spoke to my heart. And it was the Princess Diana video. And, you know, without Diana even speaking, I knew she was a powerful divine feminine who led from her heart. Everything she did was for the people. There was no agenda for her, you know, there was no personal agenda. She wasn't in it for herself. Everything she did, she led from the heart. But in a world that wants to control and overpower women because they're threatened by the woman's power, and what we can do with that power, you know, limitless. Yeah, they didn't like that, you know. So, you know, for me, it was another divine feminine goddess, high priestess, silenced, you know, like eons, many divine feminines over centuries in ancient times. They've had the voices took away from them. They've been hidden away, but not now, you know. They're returning, and they're returning through women like us. Yeah, look at this picture. How beautiful is that? Home is where the heart is. Sure is. And vulnerability also. Yeah, you know, to lead from your heart, you have to be vulnerable. You have to lay it all out there, bare. No matter what anyone's going to think of you, no matter what anyone's going to judge or put their projections onto you. You've got to be vulnerable. And this card is beautiful. I've not had this card before. All these cards are beautiful, I think. The art imagery just, you know, pops out. It's meant to. It's not just that. It's not just that. It's hidden remembrance, activations of times, you know, forgotten, things hidden. How beautiful is that? Okay, so I'll read a little bit out of the books. I feel light language coming through already. When I was on my yoga mat, I was speaking my light language. And, you know, I don't go around every day speaking light language because, yeah, I'd get looked at funny, wouldn't I? If I went to the grocery store and started asking for, you know, things in light language. Yeah, I think I'd... yeah, I think I'd shock a few people, you know. But that is my original language, you know. It's my ancient language, my soul language. And because I'm in touch with my soul, and I know that I am soul and human. Yeah, I'm vulnerable enough to speak my ancient language and also speak the truth, no matter what anybody thinks. That's how changes are made, you know, when people stand up and they speak the truth. things that long hidden from us. You know, like Princess Diana. She never had no problem speaking the truth. Catch that video if you didn't. Well, it's not video, it's just a repost. Just caught my eye, not by chance. And I just tweaked it a little bit, you know, put divine feminine on it, and yeah, you know, balance. Yeah, balance. Balance is coming. Balance is here, not coming. Balance is here. Divine feminine energy is rising. That is what will create the balance. Once you combine that with the divine masculine energy that has never been silenced, never been hidden from us. Wow. Wow, what powerhouse. You know, that's what didn't want us to know. We hold all this energy inside of us. So powerful. Yeah, so I shall read a little bit about home. But to me, that's home is where the heart is. That's the interpretation I get off that. It's number 31. So, heart-based presence. But they always like me to hold it up. So, you know, you can look at the remembrance. And, you know, if you found my channel, you found my channel for a reason. There's no coincidence. So, you know, if you are remembering something, you know, from Lemurian, this Lemurian imagery. Can't speak today. No, that's another thing this energy has been making me do, not being able to speak. Eo kosotoya maya, eo shotoye, ek osianeye, ea masiotoye, e kosotoyo ne he. Eko shotoya e anasia ne yono no shitamaye okosotia. Yeah, that's why I couldn't speak. They want me speaking this ancient language. They want me speaking my original language. They want me being vulnerable enough to speak this language in a world that doesn't want you to speak your truth. Speak your ancient language. Thank you, Lemurians. Yeah, that came in powerfully. Ea sotoye ne, eo soto, eka shotoyo maye, ea nasonuyo no. Lead from the heart. Never ever be scared to lead from the heart. Scared is just another word for sacred. Yeah, if you caught my last video, Friday the 13th, scared is just another word for sacred. They took the word sacred and they made us all scared. They made us all scared to use our own voices, our original, you know, ancient language. They made us all scared. And, you know, when you are scared, there's that fear, instilled fear into us. From the moment we come to earth as souls, beautiful light beings, star, you know, we're made of stardust, we're from the stars. But Earth's very, very low vibration density. It's the most lowest vibration planet in the universe, you know. They made us forget. They hid it from us, took our voices. But you can never ever forget where you truly come from. You know, we're from the stars. Look at that star inside her heart. We're from the stars. We are stardust. We need to remember that. Just pointing to that star inside her heart. That is the home. We're from the stars. Yeah, and I'm looking at that eye, the all-seeing eye, the all-seeing eye, third eye. Open your eyes, the Lemurian elders are saying. Open your eyes. Etoyo noso, eko shotoya neya, from all that's been hidden. Asito sotoya maye. Eko shotoya neye. The time is now for you to wake up. Esotoyo no. No more sleeping, humans. No more sleeping. We are human and we are divine. Esoto na neko si aneya neo no shotoyo noye. We need to remember our divine blueprint, our divinity, our soul essence, the star where we came from, the stars where we came from, the stardust we are. They want us to look inside our heart. Yeah, that eye. They want us to look inside our hearts. Find what's been hidden there. And it's home. Home's been hidden from us. Our true home. And to look inside our hearts, we need to be vulnerable. Got to be willing in a world that wants to hide us and hide the truth from us. Just to overpower us, you know, to control us. The darker forces, unseen. We need to be vulnerable enough to look inside. That's where the remembrance is. Once you look inside and you do that inner healing work it takes to truly look inside, the remembrance of all you are comes back to you. Okay, shall I get back to the book? Thank you. I could tell this was going to be a powerful reading, activation, because I couldn't concentrate on my yoga mat. And that's not like me. I love yoga, you know. Yoga is my... Yoga, for me, is my portal to remembering my home, you know. Yeah, it started on my yoga mat 20 years ago. To me, the yoga mat is the portal to my heart. So for me to not concentrate on my yoga this morning, yeah, it's not known of, but this message, yeah, needs to be heard. So heart-based presence, grounding, finding home within yourself wherever you are. The body as a temple for the soul. Yeah, you know, my yoga mat. When I get on my yoga mat, I know that I'm nourishing my temple, you know. I'm giving myself the human, you know, form, that nourishment it needs to connect with my soul, you know. So, yeah, whenever I travel, yeah, I take my yoga mat with me, you know. I found a yoga mat. That's my portal. That's my portal to connect with my home, my heart. Wherever I go in the world, and I do travel a lot, and Spirit has me travelling a lot more these later years. Grid work, you know, sends me to places that I pick up codes and drop off codes. Yeah, and I realise that now, because I've looked inside my heart and I've remembered why I'm here. I remember why I came to Earth. I chose this. We choose why we come here. We choose, you know, why we are here. And when the time is to wake up, we remember our home, you know. When we look inside, look deep inside and be vulnerable, we remember our home. You know, we're from the stars, stardust. And I released my mum's Stardust Mum, it's called. Stardust Mum. And I was awake early this morning. And if you didn't catch that. And she, about, I think it was a week. Yeah, a week that she'd just passed. I was was laid on my sofa, and you know, as a channel, I know when channels are coming in, and I just reach for my pen and my paper and I start the automatic writing, and it flows. I can't stop it. It's like my hand has got another life of its own. So I just let it flow. Yeah, I'm vulnerable enough now to realise that I'm channeling and I'm letting it flow through me. I'm not stopping that flow, you know. And Stardust Mum channel came through, and it was like I was back at the hospital with my mum just before she passed. We're running to her to get to her to say our goodbyes, but we didn't make it. It wasn't meant to be there, you know. There's divine timing and everything. It wasn't meant to be there when she passed. I know that. She knew that. But since, you know, I've had it coming through to me, the channel that I am, and she said she saw us all there, and she said she saw the tears, and she said she knew how much she loved us. She knew how much we loved her, and we know how much she loved us. You know, that unconditional love that a mother gives to you. No conditions put on it. Yeah, and that Stardust Mum poem, excuse me, first Mother's Day, missing my mum, and you know, the soul in me, the light being in me, the Lemurian in me knows that we're never separated, you know, never separated. And I know that she's in with the stars. She's returned home to where she came from, where we all return. And I know that, you know, but on this earthly realm, I am here, and you know, humans, we need to feel that, we need to see, don't we, in touch, that physical. We need to have that, don't we, as a human. And that's the ego, you know, that's all that we've been conditioned to think we are. But I know that, you know, that we'd yeah, we're never separated. And she comes through to me all the time, and that channel that she brought through, Stardust Mum, wow, it was, you know, it was like I was at the hospital, running to get to her, and the minute I drew the curtain back, that channel came through, and my mum's voice, the vision of her, all of that, you know, how I channel, I get the visions, I get the voices, and yeah, like, just catch that, because it's beautiful. And yeah, I posted it again early this morning, because Mum was coming through to me early morning, and I know my siblings watch this also, because it wasn't just a message for me, it was a message for my sisters and my brothers, and she wanted us to all remember that no matter where we are in the universe, home is where the heart is. And you know, in that channel, she was, you know, her time was done. You know, she'd learnt the lessons. She'd come here to learn about love and show love. And once those lessons are learned, it was her time, you know, to return to the stars, the stardust, from where we come from. Yeah, just listen to that. It's beautiful. And it's called Stardust Mum. Yeah, and she was my star, and she was my siblings' stars, and that love, that unconditional love, and the vulnerability, you know, that she showed us all. And she showed me how to be vulnerable. She showed me a lot. She taught me a lot. She taught me to keep loving in a world that doesn't love you back. She taught me to never, ever close my heart. You know, although my mum's life wasn't a human, earthly life. You know, she could have closed their heart out from everything that she'd experienced, but she kept her heart wide open for her children, you know. Her amethyst heart, a crystal heart, stardust. She kept it wide open for her children. Yeah, and this card here, we generate our vibration within our heart centre to share with the world as one. My mum knew that, you know. Just like Princess Diana led from the heart, my mum led from the heart with her children. And once her lessons was learnt, because we all have lessons to learn, so I would come here. It's a school, you know. It's a school where we come to learn. Our soul comes here by choice to learn the lessons, so we can evolve, you know. And remember, we come from the stars. We come from this huge, you know, this galaxy. So many planets on this galaxy. We come to Earth because it's the lowest vibrational planet in the galaxy, you know, and the universe. And how do you learn? How you go through the lessons, and Earth shows you those lessons, you know. Shows us that just because it's a low vibration, you don't have to stay in that low vibration. You also, as a light seed, a light worker, a way shower, twin flame, you choose to come here to seed, you know, the stardust that you hold inside yourself, this light. You come to seed that into humanity and to open humanity's heart, to remember home is where the heart is. So that they're asking you, look inside your hearts. The answers lie there, and these cards will activate that. Adeo sokoyo maye, shotoyo no, ane no lemeria kosotoye, ane shotoya maye, kosiane, ono so, okotonoya ase. Back to the book. We're getting on for 28 minutes now. But you know, time, that's an illusion. Also, that's another programming we've had put on us, and that veil we had put on us when we came here. But it's all slipping away now, you know. When you look inside and you become vulnerable, that veil slips away. You're ready to remember. You are stardust. You're from the stars. You're ready. Once you're ready to, you know, to be vulnerable. Let's have a look in the book. So 56, vulnerability. 56. Real strength, holding space, healing past wounds. Yeah, once you start to look inside your heart, find that strength, you start healing past wounds, traumas. The lessons that you signed up for when you came to Earth, you start healing all of that because it's your time to wake. Accepting yourself as you are, sharing from the depths of your heart, raw truths, compassion for others, removing your armour. Yeah, that veil slips away, you know, that armour that was put on us to put us all to sleep. that starts to slip away. Our vulnerability can be one of the greatest gifts we share. It can also be the hardest. Yeah, for me to start this channel and speak openly and truthfully and be my authentic self, I have to be vulnerable, you know, to share all my journey, not just parts of it. Even the dark, you know, the dark parts. Yeah, we have dark and we have light. I have to be vulnerable to share all that. And I am now, because I've found the strength in me. I'm not scared anymore. I'm sacred. In fact, that is going to be the title. Not scared, scared to sacred. Yeah. Say it out loud. Scared to sacred. Scared to sacred. Yeah, spellcasting. Words have power. I know that, you know, because of all the healing I've done. So it's easy to armour ourselves from the harsh truths that may be too painful to bring to the light of day. However, this causes greater suffering as buried pain becomes shadows. Unprocessed negative experiences can incarnate as much more troublesome traits or insecurities than their origin. Yeah. So when you start, you know, when you suppress your emotions, because it's physical, mental, no, it just puts plaster over that wound, you know, and then that wound starts seeping through. Yeah, to truly heal, we have to be vulnerable. We have to do the work, and we have to look deep inside our hearts. That's what this card's saying. Once you start looking inside your heart and being vulnerable, the truth lies there of all we are. And we are so much more than what, you know, what's being hidden from us. Yeah. Princess Diana knew that. My mum knew that. Mary Magdalene knew that. Divine, all divine feminines, you know, knew that. So, oh, wow, I knew I had to get this message out today. Whew, that's it. I just took it out of me. I'll see if there's any more cards. Any more messages. Woo! You're throwing them at me. Any more messages. Any more messages. Yeah, my mum was coming through early this morning to me. Could feel her, you know. As an energy healer, feeler, awake to all that I am. Because I've done the work, you know, 8 long years of work, you know, and I've merged, yeah, I've got that connection to soul star, above the crown. I've got that connection now. That channel for source now. I've done the work. I'm remembering daily all of what I am. All past lives. You know, it's all coming back online for me. That multidimensional. You know, because we're not just one. We're from many dimensions, you know. We're not just one. We've had many past lifetimes. Many incarnations. So merging with the divine. Yeah, and this symbol here. They always tell me about the symbols. Take this symbol in. You know, and light curds. When I started seeing light curds, this is the symbols I was seeing. In bright luminous, you know, like this card, illuminated. Yeah, they illuminated my light codes, you know, my light language, you know, my soul language. They illuminated all that for me. Once I started to do the healing and look inside my heart. Yeah, that dark was illuminated for me. Yeah, Soul Star Chakra. Let's read a little bit from the book. Number 10. 10, 10, 10. Oh, I'm going to go back to my yoga mat for this reading, but I just knew it was coming through last night for me. Could feel that multi-dimensional part of myself, the Lemurian in me. Yeah, I could feel the messages coming through last night. So, merging with the divine, transcendence, letting go, being filled with divine light, channeling. Yeah, that's how I get the messages. I'm filled with divine light now. I'm a channel for source, you know. Karmic records, the bridge between the spiritual and the physical realms. Yeah, I'm that bridge. I cross the bridge by being vulnerable. I dare to be vulnerable. And I dare to look inside my heart, truly look inside my heart, you know, because my heart was closed off. And there I found home. But I found not the home on the physical plane. No, I found the home from the stars that we come from. And then I became that bridge, crossed the bridge, and I became that bridge for others to follow me across this bridge. I'm illuminating the way for others. But first I had to do the healing myself. 8 years of spiritual awakening now. But I know many, many other years from childhood, you know. I've been waking up. Just didn't have enough vulnerability, you know, to wake up at certain points of this journey. I didn't have that strength. When I found it, when I went into my heart, I found that strength. I absolutely love this picture. Look at that. Look. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And you know, you start remembering home and you start missing home. And there's many times I've woken up and I've just been crying and I'm like, why am I crying? But then I know why I'm crying. You know, that channel in me knows why she's crying. I miss home, you know, I miss the stars, I miss the beautiful high vibration, unconditional love that would come from. Miss all that, you know, because yeah, it's pretty dense. But I know why I'm here also. I chose to come here to learn these lessons, you know, and to wake myself up, to being this bridge for others. Came here to help humanity seed unconditional love into humanity, to raise the earth's vibration. Know why I'm here. It's getting stronger by the day because of my connection to source. And the crown chakra is your link to the multidimensionality of your being. Yeah, my crown chakra is wide open. That's why I speak about the multidimensional self of us. That's why my multidimensional selves are online. I'm remembering more and more of past lives, where I come from, why I'm here. And the seat of your soul, it gracefully connects you to the heavens. The infinity symbol of limitlessness appears within the unfolding petals and points to your most potent potential. Yeah. Yeah. See this symbol? I want you to take this symbol in. Very powerful remembrance in these cards. I can't stress that enough. See the heart? You look deep at this card. Here you can delight in the divine strands of light that dance with us when we are aligned with our spirit, purpose and truth. Yeah, you know what I've just been saying. I'm aligned. I'm fully aligned. my chakras, you know, I've done the work, I've done the healing. I do the work daily, also still, because, you know, this journey, it's a never-ending journey. You're evolving, your soul's evolving. You came here to evolve. You came here to learn your lessons and wake up and help others. You know, cross this rainbow bridge with you. And I say rainbow bridge because the chakras, you know, your root, colour red, your sacral, orange, you know, your solar, yellow, heart, you know, the rainbow bridge inside us all. I crossed that rainbow bridge 20 years ago when my mum, getting back to the mum, when my mum passed me a yoga book because she knew I needed it. And my mum, you know, she was an ancient seer. She had gifts, but I'm the one in the family line, you know, to change things for our ancestors and all that's been done before. I'm the one that came here to change, you know, what's been done before, break down old paradigms. My mum wasn't that, but she had gifts, you know. But I was the one in my family lineage that, yeah, came here to break down old paradigms, all what's been done before, and be vulnerable enough, you know, to show others they can be vulnerable too. By vulnerable, you open your heart, and by opening your heart, you start to see, you know, with your third eye, you start to see, we're all from the stars. We're limitless, you know. It's just the constraints and the power and the control that's been put on us when we come here. We're limitless beings. We hold so much light and power inside us. Ateo, eo sotoyoneya, ego shotomaye, eo no soya, eo kashanayeya, eaneo soya, heya soya, heya soya, heya soya. We are star. We are star beings. We are starlight. We are stardust. Right. Thank you very much, my multidimensional self, my Lemurian self. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. And this message I knew was going to be about mothers and the divine feminine energy and the unconditional love. But I also, you know, I knew it was going to be Lemurian. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Never forget, you know, that light that you hold inside you. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Is that it? Yeah. No, I wanted to. We generate our vibration with our heart centre to share with the world as one. Yeah, that light inside us. We generate that as mothers. Unconditional love. As beautiful, divine, feminine. We generate that and we share with the world as one. I'm going to go back to my yoga mat now, and now I've got that out of my system. Yeah, I'm going to go, you know, work on my chakras, you know, because like I say, it's a daily thing, you know. Just because I've reached the point of where I channel and I'm in touch with the divine and my multidimensional self, and all of that, no, I'm never going to stop working on myself, you know. And that is, it's making my soul evolve, you know. So that's what I'm here for, to evolve as a soul, to help others evolve, and to wake up, you know. We are human and we are divine. When you know that, you know, when you go from scared to sacred, wow, you're crossing that bridge, you know. You're doing the work. When you go from scared to sacred, you're doing the work. And with that, wow, 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 it brings so much good into your life. You're limitless, you know, because we are. Right, I'm going to leave it there because we're getting 35 minutes, and I shall speak to you all soon. So happy Mother's Day. Have a beautiful day, and I'll speak to you soon.